Hello, I'm Heather with another installment of R-Rated Reviews. We have TJ filming today. TJ, say hi.
Hi.
So, this is a review on Ryobi tips and bits. I have so much of their stuff, and I have like OCD, so I like my stuff to match. And so I keep buying Ryobi bits and tips. And I will tell you, I love their tools. They last a long time. They're great quality. They're very reasonably priced. Their tips and their bits are garbage. They're the only thing from Ryobi that I have not been able to stand behind or recommend. I still keep buying them. I've actually now I've stopped. I did find another one today. I didn't even open this one yet. I've had this one for a long time. This is an old one, but I will show you that these are all missing. Not because I lost them. They broke. They like snapped. I was installing screws in the countertop last year. We had to make a repair on the countertop. We couldn't get it off because one of the Ryobi tips, one of the bits that I was making a pilot hole with, snapped inside the wood. And so it's still in there. We're using it as a screw. So until we can get that out, I can't make the repair on the butcher block. They're not great. I have to laugh. It says these are masonry bits. Maybe if the masonry was made of sand. So the issue that I have with their tips is that they never fit the way they're supposed to. They bend, they warp. Shards of them and it's not the screw that gets stripped. The tip gets stripped. So these are all missing because they've been melted or they get all contorted. And what prompted me to do the review is because I was at camp and I was trying to put together something so simple. It was like a plastic storage box. I didn't feel like using the screwdriver. So I grabbed, and it said right on it, Phillips head 2. And so I have a Phillips head 2, and it won't match. It's spinning in the fucking screw. So I'm like, maybe they mismarked it. Let me go get a Phillips head 1. Nope, that didn't work either. The tips, they're either not sized properly, they're made of really soft metal, they don't hold up, they fray, like little pieces of metal on the top of them. And so this is their hole saw. You know why it's in so many pieces? Because it fucking broke. And I just haven't had the heart to throw it away because somehow I think I can fix it. Here's the bit. I just saw the casing, the housing for it a second ago. It falls apart. It doesn't stay together. And now all the pieces are missing. So I started buying another brand. And I was trying to... Your father was looking at me. I used an analogy yesterday. I really like Milwaukee. I'm not a huge fan of DeWalt. They make decent tips and bits, but I think that their tools are overrated and overpriced. I really do like Milwaukee, though. These are the next set of titanium drill bit set. They'll melt. They're going to bend or they'll snap. They're just... I'm kind of happy that these look like they have the ones that go into the impact wrench instead of the drill. But I love Milwaukee. Look at this is enough to get me moist. Look at the size of these tips. They have every size in here. They have multiples of each size. So if some idiot does take something and doesn't put it back, like somebody did in my DeWalt, there's one missing. It drives me nuts. So Ryobi has a really good sawzall. Their reciprocating saw is great. Their blades suck. I buy Milwaukee because they hold up better. They don't snap. They don't bend. And I love their spade bits. Actually, I like Bosch makes a good spade bit too. I know it looks like I never use them. I actually do. I cut it open and I put them all back. I love Ryobi's multi-tool. They have a great multi-tool. I buy Milwaukee blades for it because they're better. They last longer and, you know, they're a little pricey, but what difference does it make? If they don't fucking work, then it doesn't matter if they're free. So the other day I had this DeWalt set. It was on sale. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to TJ. I was so excited. I was on job. I was fixing something for somebody. I needed a star 15. And all these tips in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 star tips in here. 3, 4, yeah, 8 star tips in here. And I take a picture of it. I'm like, look, TJ, look at my new set. He's like, oh, how come I can't get one of those? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, T25, 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 T20, T20. I needed a fucking T15. It wasn't in there. What? What? Why do I need 3 of one? And if give me extras if you can include everything. So now I didn't have a T15 and I needed it. I got it now because I went to Milwaukee. So I used an analogy because your father heard me screaming at camp. And I said, I feel like DeWalt is like the absolute of tools. You know, when people don't know about vodka and they go and they order a vodka tonic and the bartender says, you know, what kind do you want? And they automatically say Absolute. It's because it's been marketed to death and people think they have to have Absolute. And I'm like, no, you get Stoli. Even Smirnoff is better. Grey Goose, something. And I feel like when it comes to tools, if you really don't know anything about them or you don't have a lot of experience, you just feel like because of the marketing you have to get DeWalt. They're overpriced and they're really not any better than any other tool out there. Milwaukee is. They're just, I can't afford them. But I will spend the money on the Milwaukee tips, bits, blades, everything. The spade bits, all my cutting tools. Because the Ryobi, I can't get behind them. They're like plastic. They melt, and they're not good. And so it's the one thing I will say I've stopped buying, and I'm very, very disappointed to say I don't like Ryobi bits and tips. So if anyone from Ryobi's watching this, can make some better shit. But in the meantime, I do love me some Milwaukee. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to make them. And if you want to subscribe, I would love that. Have a great night. I'll see you next time.